Tiger fans, what's going on? Let's break down a big rivalry game, the battle for the Golden Boot. It's always a special one. Let's see what happens. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Teddy Brennan here, Louisiana Boot Crew Media here on this Friday night. God, it's middle of November, Thanksgiving around the corner. You see Christmas coming up. I mean, this is just wild that not only the year's flown by, but I mean, this season has flown by and so much has happened. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And so, always brought to you by Revel Asphalt Services. Give my dear friend Miller a call, 225 773 3990, 225 773 3990. They're going to take care of you, treat you like family. Going to meet every accommodation. Truly the best in the business, on time, on budget. You see any good foundation around the area, you know that Revel did it. And so you're going to want it for your next commercial property, driveway, or parking lot. 225 773 3990. Just a few keys to victory. I mean, look, I know that things aren't the way that we wanted them. We fired a head coach 19 days ago. Hard to believe. We had such high expectations of returning fifth-year senior quarterback, getting number 18. The amount of money spent on the roster, the transfer portal, seemed like everything was absolutely in place. And especially after you beat Clemson, you feel pretty good about where you are. And then just the wheels fell off. And so, look, that's where we are, 5-4. But a lot of good things happening. It's been a chaotic time with Woodward going, Landry involved, just the shenanigans of Verge. With what was Verge Ausberry? Was he the AD? Was he not? Now you've got BK and his lawsuit. Was he fired for cause? Was he not? And what if he was fired for cause? What was the cause? It's just been an absolute soap opera in Baton Rouge. And then you start thinking about, maybe the guys that you're looking at. We'll talk about that maybe a little bit more later. This is really, we're going to focus on a little bit of Arkansas, but let's just say that when you have names like Nick Saban and Lane Kiffin out there, it's a crazy time. And so, as you could imagine, it's awesome to be a Tiger fan. It's awesome to be able to report on it. And so, look, tomorrow, 11:45, a little bit earlier than we're used to here in Tigerland, particularly. I mean, I think what was it that we had by far the highest rate of night games in college football, and that's the way it should be. I mean, there's just nothing more. There's nothing better, nothing more special than a Saturday night in Death Valley. But look, we got 11:45. Weather should be nice, and look, it's just one of those things where at this point you still just want to go out and win. I mean, shit, you gotta. I think it's good for the momentum moving forward because no matter who the next coach is, a lot of these players are still going to be on the team. I know everyone's saying, people are going to transfer, but you just don't know that. And so I think the foundation is in place for whoever comes in, whether you're talking about a Harlem Berry or you're talking about a Carius Kern, a Tradez Green, a Dominic McKinley, a DJ Pickett. There's a fucking lot of talent on this football team. And anyone who gets this job is going to be absolutely licking their chops. But look, for tomorrow, we're talking about Nussmeier and Van Buren. Nussmeier supposedly has re-aggravated his torso, his abdominal injury from earlier in the year that none of us knew about until the third or fourth season when everyone was kind of like, what the shit is going on out here? I mean, he can't even throw the ball further than 20 yards. So what's going on? And so here we are, Nussmeier hurt again. Frank Wilson says he's still probable, so we're going to see. Probably gets the start. Michael Van Buren, a lot of talk about him this week, not just his versatility, his ability to scramble, his ability to really, really throw the football down the field, which is it's just very welcomed in this offense particularly because the offensive line has been so bad. And it was the red shirt conversation. He's had 3 games and he's got 1 more to go. He goes any further than that, he'll lose his red shirt. And what does that do financially? And with his stature, his status moving forward, and maybe if he goes in the transfer portal, Frank Wilson, Michael Van Buren said he's playing. So they've made that decision. It's good. It's a selfless decision. I think it's good. He puts a lot of tape out there. Not a lot of tape from him so far at LSU. Very, very good. And if he performs well, hell, he may be the starting quarterback at LSU next year. So there's a lot to play for. Let's see what happens at quarterback tomorrow. Nussmeier, injury, Van Buren, how much time does he get, and does he just go from there? Very excited to see that. When you're talking about, what's been the weakness of LSU, and honestly, the weakness has been the offensive line, particularly offensive tackles, and they've got their hands full tomorrow. Carius Kern, and on the right side, Weston Davis, big time talent, 5-star out of Texas, but he's really had a tough year. Don't want to give up on the big fella because I think he's got big time potential. I think a lot of people do too. But Ori Williams comes in last week against Alabama, really holds his own in the second half. He's big. I mean, 6'8", 330. That's a big fella. So he held his own. And so, big time athlete out of Texas as well. And so, look, you're going to see, but they're going against one of, if not the best pass rusher they've faced all season, Quincy Rhodes Jr. from Arkansas, second in the SEC, 14 tackles for loss, second in the SEC, 8 sacks. He's going to be all over the field. Look, bottom line, Arkansas has a terrible defense, but he is really, really good. And so if LSU hasn't figured out a way, whether it's making sure that the back is chipping, the tight end's chipping, just making sure that there's a lot of attention to Rhodes, because he could wreck your game. But if you contain him, LSU should be able to move the ball. And so, moving over to defense, Whit Weeks is out again. That's really, really tough. I mean, just kind of just goes to show just how the season has just gone to shit. And so just bad luck there. He's not going to play against Western Kentucky next week. So does he go against Oklahoma, or is this the last we've seen of Whit Weeks? And if it is, that's really bittersweet, because boy, he's been a hell of a fucking linebacker and a lot of fun to watch and a leader. And I said on the show last night, the curse of the Ole Miss game, right? I mean, 1-4 since then, and just absolutely bad luck. And so it's going to be Blake Baker trying to take Tylen Green down. I mean, that's basically the game. It's Green on offense. It's Rhodes on defense. Very, very simple. I think Blake Baker is going to have it, particularly with Harold Perkins. This is his kind of game. He loves to spy, get after the athletic quarterback, even though the Tigers have really struggled under Blake Baker against true dual threats. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully there's going to be a decent crowd out there. Get your Bloody Marys, get a nice little screwdriver in there. We only get 12 of these a year, and it's bittersweet. It's going to be done pretty soon. It's been fun doing it. But there's just been so much going on and so many rumors, and who knows what to believe. Really think that Nick Saban, even though it seems possible, you want to feel all good inside about it. It's probably far-fetched. Lane Kiffin is the guy, but he seems to be the guy for a lot of people. And so who knows what's going on out there. And if he's coaching Ole Miss in the playoff, that's still mid-December. They win that game. That goes into January. Can LSU wait that long without a head coach? I'm not sure, because you have early signing day in the middle of December. You got to re-recruit your roster. Then you got to start recruiting the portal. And so, that's why they pay him the big bucks. And so it's going to be fun to cover. We're going to have everything for you here on Boo Crew Media. state playoffs getting going tonight. That's awesome. Nothing better than high school playoff football in Louisiana. Keep it to Bucher Media, BKM Preps, Pelicans pod tonight. Saints, they're on the bye, but things feeling good. Tyler Shuck looking great. Wouldn't that be nice if you found a quarterback there? Then you can spend a quality pick in the draft on another position. Olave looking at a possible extension. So look, it's been pretty shitty here in South Louisiana the past few months for sports, but things are going to look a little bit better. You can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're going to have it all covered here for you at Boot Crew Media. Post game show for you tomorrow here on Louisiana Boot Crew Media. Whit will be around, and so we'll see what happens. But for now, thank you. Always appreciate y'all, and go Tigers.